What's up, everybody? A Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Witness Wednesdays. When we left off in the last episode, we finally completed the gauntlet, or the challenge as the trophy said. And we managed to also find some secret stuff, like a path all the way around here, around the outer wall and stuff. So I'm back here kind of exploring. Because somebody had mentioned a while back about resetting the gate, or there was a puzzle at the gate that did like some kind of secret ending thingy-mabobber, so I was trying to figure out how to reset it. I'm not having much luck with it. This is interesting because this reminds me of the puzzle in the gauntlet. Oh, this is an environmental puzzle. How in the world? Oh my gosh. How the heck? Ooh, this is interesting. So if I did... I wonder if I did like this. This should count, right? Nope. Oh, wait, is there more than one? Oh, there's like more than one set of triangles. Ah! Well, that's interesting. Okay, so if I come around here, I'm gonna wrap... Oh, I can't do that. Ooh. How about... Well, this is an interesting situation. I could do... maybe... like this. I think technically then I'll have gone up against most of them. Wait, did I get that one? No, I didn't. Alright, so let's bring this down one like this. Ah, we got it! What did that do? Did that do anything? Oh, I got a white line. Ooh, secrets! The plot thickens. What? Okay, well this is interesting. There are so many secrets in this game. I swear. Like, I'm not really planning on using a guide to solve the puzzles, but I may need a guide to find the puzzles. Just to keep track of all the ones that I haven't solved, kind of thing. Oh, that's the end? No, wait a minute. How does that work? How does that work? Oh, there's more than one endpoint. Ah, there's multiple endpoints. Ooh, I wonder if this... Does this power stuff then? And it depends on which one you get? Or is that just... Huh. Interesting. Come on. Wow, that one's touchy. So there's kind of the obvious, like, that, which is fairly straightforward. But I don't know that that did anything. Okay, this line's bothering me too. I need to probably have this one active just so that I can basically see what is and isn't active, essentially. Okay, this is confusing. Nope, nope, this way, this way. Yeah, I'm constantly amazed by this game that there's always just so much more to find. And I had this, I was trying to see if I could cancel this one out. I think we're on the right track, though, for getting it reset, but I want to leave it that way so I just know what I got going on. So I don't think this did anything. So let's try a different endpoint. That seemed too easy anyway. We could do that, that. I don't think this one is achievable. The reason I say this is because there's literally only one road that leads back There's only one road that leads back to that thing, and you have to cross it in order to get to this puzzle. Still not really seeing anything going on. Alright, let's try. We'll try and go for this one. I'm sure this is doing something, but I just have no idea what. I wonder if it's changing the roof? Hey! Wait a minute. That looks like an environmental puzzle. Where's the starting point for it? That's too coincidental. It actually kind of looks like that's the starting point for it, honestly. But it won't let... It's not triggering it as such. Yeah, like if you look at this, all of these lines are broken. So there's literally right here. That's the only way to get to this one. But then you can't get to this guy over here, unless there's a starting point that I'm missing, but I don't see one. So I'm kind of thinking that that's not really doable. See, like, that doesn't work. Curious. Very curious. How about we'll leave this one. Let's, now I turned off the door. But this door should still be active over here that we got in the last episode. So let's go around this way and see if when we get up like on the wall, if maybe there's a point of view or an angle or something where you can see that that puzzle's doing something. It seems like it's a multiple choice in terms of... Wait a minute. Where's the access point to the wall? Did I miss it? I thought it was this way. Is it not this way? I'm confused. I don't remember where the... Oh, wait. Is it when you go around here? Yeah, here it is. Okay. So is there something on the roof of this building is what I'm wondering. What is this puzzle doing? It's doing something. It's got to be doing something. Doesn't it? Maybe? That's very interesting. That's very weird, because it's like pointing in a direction, so I feel like it should be activating a door or something. But it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Oh, hello. That looks like the end of a environmental puzzle. Doesn't it? That's interesting. I'll have to investigate that. That's really weird. I can't figure out what this is doing. Or triggering or whatever. I wonder if I go... Oh, hello. Oh, I can't get off there. Never mind. Did I go this way before? Did I even see this was here? Oh, hello.
I am standing on the threshold about to enter a room. It is a complicated business. In the first place, I must shove against an atmosphere pressing with a force of 14 pounds on every square inch of my body. I must make sure of landing on a plank, traveling at 20 miles a second around the sun. A fraction of a second too early or too late, the plank would be miles away. I must do this whilst hanging from a round planet head outward into space and with a wind of ether blowing at no one knows how many miles a second through every interstice of my body. The plank has no solidity of substance. To step on it is like stepping on a swarm of flies. Shall I not slip through? No. If I make the venture, one of the flies hits me and gives me a boost up again. I fall again and am knocked upwards by another fly, and so on. I may hope that the net result will be that I remain about steady, but if, unfortunately, I should slip through the floor or be boosted too violently up to the ceiling, the occurrence would be not a violation of the laws of nature, but a rare coincidence. These are some of the minor difficulties. I ought really to look at the problem four-dimensionally as concerning the intersection of my world line with that of the plank. Then again, it is necessary to determine in which direction the entropy of the world is increasing in order to make sure that my passage over the threshold is an entrance, not an exit. Verily, it is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a scientific man to pass through a door. And whether the door be barn door or church door, it might be wiser that he should consent to be an ordinary man and walk in, rather than wait till all the difficulties involved in a really scientific ingress are resolved. Arthur Eddington, 1927.
That's interesting. I've never heard that one before. That's pretty cool. Alright, I have no idea what this puzzle is doing, though. I really don't. Like, I'm looking all over the place. Good news is we don't need that door, so I can leave the other one inactive, so that's fine. But I really don't see anything that puzzle's doing, and I don't like that, because it makes me wonder what it's up to. And I don't know where the starting point to this one is, but I feel like that's a thing. Unless that's just meant to screw with your head. It's working. I really don't see... I don't see any lines or anything that are active. Huh. Interesting. I feel like this one right here is probably the one I need to get to, but I don't see how that's possible. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. There's no way. I wonder what would happen. Okay, that doesn't work. I was trying to... I'm theorizing... What would happen if you treated this like an environmental puzzle? Like, can you actually get to an angle where, no, where the brakes aren't brakes anymore? I guess not. Unless there's a spot where you could line them up to where something else filled in the gap, maybe. No, I don't think so. So, let's see. There really aren't any connecting lines. I keep feeling like I'm missing something, and I'm not thinking I'm missing something. Like, all of these are genuinely broken. So, here's an interesting thing. Let's see if they sound the same. I think they do. See, at least this has a line to it. That you're like, okay, this is powering something. Great. Wait a minute. I never went back down in here to see if it changed anything. Interesting. Nor did I actually ever go back to the beginning here. I wonder if there's anything back here. Ooh, can't see. Okay, so at this point we're at the back, and there is nothing that I can see back here. Interesting. I guess I should probably run this all 3 ways we know work and see if it changes anything down in this room before I just completely, like, move along. I mean, I don't think it's actually going to do anything, but I just can't figure out what it's doing. I mean, nothing in this game is pointless, so... Usually the puzzles that don't actually activate anything are, like, in some room with a series of puzzles, and when you complete the series, then you just kind of assume you're done. This is kind of like... It seems too hidden and too multi-branching path for it to just be not doing anything. But I definitely don't see any other white power lines either. So, I'm not really sure what, if anything, it's doing. Wait, was that... I guess that always did that. Maybe. Huh. I don't think this isn't a multi one where it's like there's a different way to solve the puzzle. Is there any other, like, pillars maybe that this might be activated? This is very ingenious and very confusing at the same time. Okay, so the 3 arrows, one points this way, towards that one. One points this way, towards that, and one points this way. So I've got 2 on this side of the wall. There's something funny going on around here. I'm like 90% sure that's doing something, I just don't know what it's doing. So, I'm gonna leave that one up in the air. You guys can let me know if you have ideas or directions to point me in. Like I said, I'm not really worried about, I don't really want to spoil the solutions for puzzles and things, because that's what makes it kind of, like, interesting. But, you know, like this, I'm pretty darn lost with some of that stuff, so pointing in a direction to get you back on track, I don't really see as like, oh, you gave stuff away. I mean, I get how some people might, but to me that doesn't feel very cheaty to go, hey, look over here, you missed it. You know, that's just kind of like, okay. And then there's these things, which I was going to do. I need to make an episode of going through, because we have like 3 or 4 of the hex codes that I haven't used yet. That I'd actually need to at some point. But I didn't really want to sit down and actually do it this episode, because I'm actually a little pressed for time. So, I'd heard the hex code you get from the gauntlet area, I've heard that unlocks like an hour-long video, which is quote-unquote the secret ending kind of thing. Which kind of hurts my head to think about, that there's an hour-long video. I mean, I have played Metal Gear and stuff before, so it's not like it's crazy to see a 45-minute cutscene or something. But it's still kind of crazy that they did that. So maybe we'll do that in the next episode. In the meantime, I'm kind of hunting to see for environmental puzzles and for puzzles that I just generally missed. I also was told there's some things on the boat that I missed, but I don't know, again, what those may actually be. Wait a minute. Feel like I looked at that before and thought it was an environmental puzzle. And I'm kind of thinking it is. But it needs to be lined up properly or something. How about this? Can I use the bush? No? Okay. Maybe not. They did a good job with this, that 1 minute you're kind of like, ah, there's one, and then you're like, is that one? And you kind of end up, I call it puzzle paranoia. But you do kind of end up like seeing possible puzzles everywhere. But just the fact that some of these, like these obelisks and stuff, are not done, I know that there's more. Conveniently, it does kind of show you them, though. That's kind of nice. It's kind of nice of them to do. Actually, some of those seem really simple. But some of these areas, when I originally went to them, I didn't know there were environmental puzzles, so it would not surprise me that I missed them. This one, though, has a couple of interesting shapes, like this top one that are basically just straight lines. It's like, where are those? Because those don't seem like they should be that hard to find. It's probably these trees or pillars or something at some point. Maybe like the palm tree? No. Okay. Worth a shot. I don't see anything that stands out as a oddity. Maybe it's up in by the laser grid. Let's check that out. Ooh, it goes around this way.
One nature, perfect and pervading, circulates in all natures. One reality, all-comprehensive, contains within itself all realities. The one moon reflects itself wherever there is a sheet of water, and all the moons in the waters are embraced within the one moon. The absolute of all the Buddhas enters into my own being, and my own being is found in union with theirs. The inner light is beyond praise and blame. Like space, it knows no boundaries. Yet it is even here, within us, ever retaining its serenity and fullness. It is only when you hunt for it that you lose it. You cannot take hold of it, but equally you cannot get rid of it. And while you can do neither, it goes on, its own way. You remain silent, and it speaks. You speak, and it is done. The great gate of charity is wide open, with no obstacles before it. Young Cha Tashi, circa 700.
Yet another very I love some of the questions this game raises. It's very intriguing. Even if you don't agree, it at least makes you think, which is always cool. It's always fun. Give you a bit of a head scratcher. This one, I was trying to not talk during the cutscene type thing, but I couldn't help it. I saw that environmental puzzle, and I see this one, but I need to get lower, I guess. How do I do that? Here we go. In order to bridge that gap, there we are. Boom. Now it's interesting, those were two different colors, so I wonder if they went to the same obelisk or not. I don't see that square one, though, that has me intrigued. Let's go check the obelisk and see if there's... See if that went to the same one. I think it did. I'm not really sure why they were different colors when I solved them. Yeah, it did. And then there's this one, which I don't know... I don't really see that. It's gotta be on the roof, though. There's too many black lines and stuff for it not to be. I think, actually, when I first did this area, I remember thinking, wow, this kind of looks like a puzzle, but because I didn't know the environmental was a thing, I didn't pay it too much attention. So I need to kind of pay more attention, I suppose. I wonder if there's one on the bottom of the roof here. Or something. Oh, and this guy. I didn't notice this before. There's like one rain cloud in apparently this whole sky. That can't be like a coinkydink. That's not a thing. Especially in this game. That just doesn't, that wouldn't even make sense. For something as elaborate as this game to have a coincidence of one random rain cloud. That just doesn't, no. That's gonna be like the key to the entire game or something. Something weird and random is just gonna be like, ah, aha. Wait a minute. See? See what I mean about puzzle paranoia? You see a round circle connected to a line, and suddenly it's like, what is that, I wonder? Speaking of what is that, how do I get up on the roof again? Because I think that might be where I'm trying to get. Okay, that looks like a thing. I don't know where that would start from, though. And that may be to have solved that one. So that might not be a big deal. Where is that square, though? I can't find it. I don't see it anywhere. I really figured it would be... Because the one thing I'm getting from the environmental puzzles is that when they're on the obelisk and there's like one right next to another to an extra, you know, all that kind of stuff, it seems the general consensus could be considered that they're all in the same vicinity. That's a theory that I'm currently entertaining. However, I don't see, unless it's really small or something, I'm not seeing where this would be, though. I don't see anything that looks like just a square shape. And that's a square, so that's not going to work. Can't even use it as a starting point, either. Well, I mean, we did find two voice recordings, or audio logs, so that's kind of cool. I wonder if there's one, maybe, that I'm missing in this kind of environmental area. I keep coming back to the fact that, like I said, these are on the same side, and there's only 3, and then this one has 4. So I'm thinking they're all areas. This, I think, is the sun desert temple thing. I don't remember where this came from. This might be the windmill? No, not the windmill. This one I haven't found apparently any. So, okay, one could argue this. If this is the desert, which is over there, next to it is probably this area. And then next to that... Okay, there's nothing there. Next to that would be this area, the boathouse. And then this, I don't know where it is, and then that, I don't know where it is. That's got to be a road. That's probably a road This, I obviously solved one, but I don't know from where. The other working theory that I have is directional. So if I were to look... No, I don't think this theory is going to hold up very well. That would be okay. And that would probably be okay. Where would you be pointing me then? I don't know about that one. The directional theory needs some work. Okay, so what's the actual shape of this? It's up, over, and down. Maybe it's positioning this a certain way? Oh, I need to be higher. Maybe it's positioning this part a certain way. Like, can I go... If I go up higher... that's an interesting theory. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe you can use the lower part. Let's try that one. Maybe. I'm not sure about this. It's not letting me go over. I don't know. That's kind of curious. That is pretty curious. Now... Oh, okay, that's to connect that line. I was gonna say, that looks interesting, but yeah, that's for that. Huh. I'm not finding really any spot that's letting me go over. Unless... No, I'm also not seeing it either. I don't see any spot that, like, hooks over. So I don't know if that would work or not. I don't think it will. Well, that is interesting. I do think we're going to wrap things up here for this episode. In the meantime, I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.